How's it going? Today will be the final basic technique we do with the channel. I mean, of course, we're going to do all kinds of more things, but it was my plan to go over all of the basic strikes to start with. And the way I think about it is, just as I am a beginner in YouTube, right? The YouTube game, I wanted to start the channel as if I had beginners training the martial arts, okay? So what do you have to go over? You have to go over how to stand, right? You have to go over how to move, okay? What strikes are you learning? You learn your straight strikes, your hook shots, your uppercut, right? Good. Your straight line kick, that's a good one, right? Oblique kick. We have the roundhouse kick. The one kick I hate, we went over that, but we changed it up a little bit. Just did elbows, and last we have the knees. Good. And now, once we get all the basics down, the fundamental strikes of striking, we start putting everything together, okay? So after we get this knee down, we're going to start working all kinds of combos, all kinds of movements, all kinds of footwork, the whole gamut. Yeah. So the knee strike, very, very good. Very, very near and dear to my heart, okay? If you've ever been kneed full on to the belly and chest, then you're gonna very, very, very much so respect this strike, okay? And I would like to show you how to do it. First thing here from our stance, very, very similar, if not exactly the same, to chambering for a front kick, okay? So when you do this here, you're gonna bring your knee up, boom. It's like so. And I turn my toes open, boom. And notice too how I bring my heel to my glute, okay? It's like I'm trying to kick myself in the ass. Whoo, I need to do that every now and again, right? Kick yourself right in the ass. Boom, okay? So it comes up here, hands come up. Now you see all different ways for people to put their hands up, you know? You see the TIE fighters, still throwing that arm down. That's great. Those guys are badass. But me personally, I want to have my hands up. You see other guys like throwing their hands in front. I don't know. That's not for me. And look, there are frickin' tutorials on tutorials over the knee strikes. People probably way better than me, right? Showing you how to do this. Did I just put myself down there? Yeah, so they're above me, but you can still learn from me. Don't go, please don't go. Okay, so that being said, I'm gonna show you how I like to do it. So we're here, knee comes up, chamber. Now I'm coming straight up, and we kind of segment this out when we're learning, right? You gotta segment things out when you're learning. Knee comes up, okay? Boom, kick yourself in the ass. Don't pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Kick yourself in the ass, okay? Boom, and then from here, I thrust forward. Head drops back a tiny bit. Don't be this guy. Okay, don't do that, okay? Head drops back a tiny bit. Hips come forward. Boom, and I'm trying to go right for this spot right here, right on the patella, okay? So important that you don't come straight leg like this, because you want this to be tight right here. You don't want this to be moving around a bit, okay? Because this is, if you have injured this before, you know it sucks. So when we're doing our knee strike, we want our glute, my heel back to my glute. I want this nice and tight. And then I got that knee strike coming in forward. This is, this can be a long-range technique. Generally, if you're doing it correctly, my knee can hit before someone's punches, right? There's a little bit more range there if we're doing this right with your knee. So this can be a long-range weapon. It's not just up close, okay? So you're here, knee comes up, whoosh, good. And then when you put your foot down, whoosh, go back to where you picked it up from. Now, a lot of people say don't change stances, right? Don't put it down and change stances. You know, whether you disagree or agree with that, that's on you. I like to do that, right? And yes, you know, if you're not careful, you can put yourself at risk there, but people that can switch stances and they're good at it, I see no reason in not being able to put your foot there, drop it in front. But if you're a beginner and you're learning this, right, you got to get your feet back to where you picked them up from, okay? Boom. Boom. Okay? So there's a straight knee strike. Let's go ahead and move to the heavy bag and we'll talk about other variations on this. Whew, I'm no Saenchai. No Saenchai. But isn't it cool how when you find martial artists that you look up to, you can try your best to emulate them, right? That's how we work together. I think anybody who knows, who's been training for a while, you always got to find somebody better than you and train with them. Get your butt kicked, okay? I'm not saying Saenchai's ever beaten my butt. Kicked my ass. Jeez Louise. But looking at those guys, those masters, those just amazing martial artists, and just trying stuff that they do, it's a great way to learn, right? So thumbs up to Saenchai. Anyways, the knee strike. Straight in technique. Okay, we're going to do the straight in knee strike here. Now, I will start a little bit out of range, okay? See, I can't quite reach there. I can almost touch him there. If I do stupid technique, I can get him right. Start a little bit out of range, and then I'll do just kind of like this forward step, okay? Now, you see people do all kinds of like marching steps, dropping steps. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, but for you, for now, the basic technique, we're here, we're just going to step. Step, knee comes up, and then booyakashaya. Booyah, right? Get that knee up high. Come forward, and remember, everything sounds better with a ki-ai. Let's try that without a ki-ai. It's not as good. Here, one more time. This is without a ki-ai. Watch. Gosh, crappy. Now watch with the ki-ai. Yes! That's so much better. Okay. So, a little bit out of range. Knee comes up. Step to the ball of the foot, not the heel of your foot like I just did, like a frickin' jackass. Boom. Foot goes back down where you picked it up from. Good. Whoosh. 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 Oh, jeez. Did you see that? The bag hit me in the face. So with the lead leg, generally what I do with the lead leg is a step through, okay? So I'll step through, which then turns my lead leg into my rear leg, and then you throw that same thing. So a lot of times what you'll see guys do is a switch step, okay? Very small difference in that here. Switch step, if you look, see my toes about right here, okay? When I switch, my other foot comes to that position, so I'm keeping the same distance, the same range there. Give or take a little bit, depending on your switch step. But with the step through, I'm actually coming in, changing the distance a little bit, okay? So if you're good with your timing, and you're good with your, with changing your footing, changing your stances, right? Switch stance or normal stance. This kind of thing is good because you can play with the timing, you can set it up correctly, and it's just fun, okay? Not only is it fun, but it's badass when you land it, right? They think you're out of range, right? You're like, oh yeah, look, I can't reach you. I can't reach you. Then I'm like, oh, now I got you. Okay, so let's talk about clinching range now. So now when I'm here in clinching range, I can't quite get my knee up. Now this is beautiful kick, like knee to the groin. Wah! Wah! Right? You'd be hitting with a different part of your knee here. But when I'm in here, this isn't gonna work. So you have to do a round knee, okay? So this, I come up to the side, toes out, right? And then I circle through. And I'm trying my best to still hit with the front, although a lot of times you get the side here, right? But you wanna keep this tight. Remember, we're trying to take care of that patella. Boom! And I'm trying to get as close to the front of the knee as possible, okay? Oh, that one felt good, right? See, if you see how I can come up and drive that power. Now, when we're doing it in segments, it's high, and then just like as if you're doing a roundhouse kick, right? That the hip, it's like so, but I don't turn it around all the way, and I come in, boom. Good. You do both sides. A good way to drill this is just this little skipping movement, right? Boom, replace, foot drops back, boom, replace, foot drops back, boom. Very, very good stuff. And again, there are tutorials upon tutorials with this stuff. So I'm not showing you anything new. If you're looking for like actual Muay Thai techniques, go to Muay Thai channel, right? But this is what I'm thinking about is blue collar self-defense, homie. Blue collar self-defense. This is obviously this round knee, right? You can see that in Muay Thai all the time. So those guys are badass. Much respect. So there's your knee strike, my friends. Train it. Train it a lot. Make sure you're putting the work in, man, because like I said, if you're just, you know, getting bored, watching videos and not practicing this, you're kidding yourself, okay? And you're not setting yourself up for success, okay? So you got to drill it. Put the work in, okay? Thanks again for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Martial Arts Rebellion, okay? Tell all your friends, subscribe, and next time, what are we doing next time?